Hi, hello. I'm back for another episode. Oh, what the hell? I did that on accident. Despite getting a few characters that I prefer in the previous episode, I've decided to
I'll
stick
do my
with
best. I should.
Ling Yan a bit more, if only because, if we go here, he's almost to intimacy level 5, which if I'm not mistaken is so I think that's the max level is 5. And she's at 8,520. Yeah, I got her later, so she's the least leveled up out of all of them. But still, these two are coming along nicely. Once they hit intimacy 5, I'm probably gonna take them off the team and try him out. Along with where is she? I think she'd go well with him, since she's also an Electro, and she's a support and healer and damage amplification, which seems good.
Get another.
And
Anything
this
I
guy
can
here
help you
too.
with?
He's a Consorter Efficiency, Coordinated Attack, and Interrupts Resistance. Which I think, like, those three would probably make an okay team, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the smart thing to do would probably be to continue Chong-Li's story companion quest, because I accidentally triggered it and all that last time. Well, no, not last time, before last time, or something along those lines. But I actually really want to do an exploration quest today, and I decided that I wanted to do this one here. Hidden Dangers in Peaceful Life. Head to the Ministry of Development and ask Xiaoyu about the situation. Xiaoyu from the Ministry of Development is in trouble. Go ask her about what happened. Sure, let's go. Proceed. Let's just teleport close by, I guess. Blech. Words. Complicated. Speaking. What? Okay, we have to go down. Hold on a second. Let me. No. Go away. Wings. Yes. How do I just jump off here? Wait, no.
Speed here this way.
Where am I? Okay, over here. Here? Oh, right there. Okay. I found my way eventually. It's you. What now? It's almost time to head to the mine, but we still haven't found a suitable candidate. Miss Tauchi has already got so much on her plate. I shouldn't be troubling her with this. Snow, long time no see. Something the matter? I heard you complain from afar. Okay, just give me a second. I need to take off my hat. Okay, I have no idea if that actually properly muted anything, but whatever. You probably just heard a bit of ruffling anyways. Okay. Alrighty. I heard your complaint from afar. Just a friendly citizen passing by. Let's go with that one. Let's be nice here. Friendly citizen. Oh, Miss Friendly. Friendly. Could you be so friendly as to help me with this? Tell me about it. Here, take a look at this. Xiaoyu takes out a small glass container in which some rock fragments are stored. What are these? These are samples of a mineral called lampulumen. Oh, okay, so it's that boss thing. Right. Probably supposed to go there while doing this exploration quest, but I wanted to level up Ling Yan and Sanhua, so I just kind of ran there. Which, after being smelted, can be used as semiconductor material in various industrial components. And that may be only one aspect of its value. Right now, my colleagues from the Ordnance and Defense divisions are working together to explore its potential for other uses. However, because Lampilumen has such a complex structure, the experiments and processing are very tricky. The small bottle of samples we have here is the result of countless tedious steps. Luckily, our researchers have found a new direction: liquefaction. Liquefaction. Okay, right, that's the word. This will help us explore some of the mineral's unknown properties. The only problem is that the equipment in our labs cannot provide the condition for appropriate liquefaction. I keep trying to say liquefaction. It's liquefaction. Carrying out the... hold on a second. I actually have to go check something real quick. Liquefaction. Liquid... La, 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 la. So I could have sworn the other one was also... You know, it's just liquefaction. I'm the one who's a little mixed up here. Anyways, carrying out the processing there will probably destroy the material structure. But then we learned that the Tiger's Maw mine, where the mineral originates, might have the methods and equipment we need. So we made an appointment with the mine today to test the samples. But an emergency meeting came up. Everyone's tied up right now. Can't you reschedule it? No, we don't put off. We don't put off what can be done today. Things will only get trickier if we deal with it tomorrow. Could you send the samples to the Tiger's Maw for me, if possible? Of course, the Ministry of Development will reward you. Doesn't sound too much of a problem. So, I'll take that as a yes. Oh, no, the meeting is about to begin. I have to hurry up. Take this. That's the sample you are delivering. And this is the Ministry's ID. We're counting on you. Okay, how hard could this be? I mean, more specifically, how does this really qualify as an exploration quest? I suppose we're gonna find out once we get there. It's probably gonna be, Wait, have I actually been here? Right. So this is the Lampulamen. Okay, right, that's it. So we enter by here, and then this whole, like, area to explore, which, unfortunately, I have already done. But, you know, I'm gonna pretend to be shocked, you know? Alrighty. Where is you? Search for relevant personnel. You know what? Since I'm here, I'm actually gonna... Right, so, hi. I realized that I was on mute for a long time and wasn't actually recording anything. Well, my voice at least. So, I'm just gonna go here and reread all of this. Doctor, who are you? Have you found him? Nope, been everywhere he would show up, didn't find him, just like you. Uncle Hong is getting older and has become more unpredictable. It's hard to pin him down, even on a normal day. Let's keep looking. We can't afford to have the refinery tower offline for too long. Excuse me? A traveling salesman? The mine is closed for business today. Please come back another day. Jinzhou is not far from here. You can take some rest there. You should stop rushing before the guest even says anything. Let her finish. The Ministry of Development sent me to deliver these samples. Oh, a guest from the Ministry. Let me introduce myself. I'm the doctor of the mine, Hua Yu. The tall guy next to me is Layli, the foreman here. And this is Modi, a mineral expert from the Academy. A few days ago, I heard about the sample agreement between the mine and the Ministry. Please, how should I address you? Call me Snow. Ah, Snow, I see. But in the photo attached to the Ministry's request, the person in charge is a young, nervous-looking girl. How come... I got the message and the photo from Uncle Hong, the senior officer-in-chief here. Look, this is the photo. You take out the photo from Hua Yu. It's clearly not you, so all you could do is show him the ID you were given as proof. Like I said, this person isn't me. Haha. This thing is legitimate. Maybe there was some little accidents back at the ministry. Now I'll be straight. The mine is facing some problem too, regarding the ministry's requests. Modi has more details. The refinery tower at the center of the mine is offline, but some minerals require it for processing. So do the ministry samples. Right now, we're working on a solution to reboot the refinery tower. Incidents like this have happened before, but our on-site engineer was always quick to fix it and get things back on track. Okay. But he injured himself a while back while working on some other equipment. He's in Jinzhou recovering now. Okay. That left Uncle Hong to take over. He used to be in charge of the refinery tower when he was younger, and so he's more than qualified. Whenever something went wrong in the past, Uncle Hong was always the one on the front lines, fixing things and coordinating repairs. But this time, Uncle Hong hasn't showed up, and we can't seem to find him anywhere in the mine. Ooh, I wonder if he's one of those frozen people that we see in the area before the boss, unless I'm misremembering and thinking of something else. With his absence, the mine is having all kinds of difficulties dealing with the refinery tower. If you ask me, I think the old man's just if you ask me, I think the old man's just taking it easy. Maintenance work like that has got to wear on his old bones. Maybe he's hiding somewhere, watching us muttering, "Damn kids, can't let me have a little peace and quiet." I propose we all go back to our places and carry on with our jobs. The mine has to keep functioning even with the refinery tower offline. He'll show up once he gets his rest. Are there any clues now? Clues. The miners said that they saw Uncle Hong around the transport lorries. We are sending more people to check if he's still there. Let me be of some help. More people mean greater possibility. Thank you. Right. Hopefully I don't accidentally put my microphone on mute again, but at least I realized what was happening before I finished that dialogue interaction, or else that would have been a bit tricky. Anyways, let's pick up. Yeah, it's this chest here. I think it's probably part of the quest because I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out how to get there. Can I speak with this person? I cannot. But I'm gonna. I don't know where I'm looking around. It's not like there are any chests. I see them on the map. Ooh, what is this? A hint? A journal with no name specified on the untitled page. The cover is made of cut newspaper. Oh? When someone is trying to hide their identity, they used cut newspapers so they can't identify the handwriting. Is this a clue? Security regulations for operations at the mines of Tiger's Maw. How long is this? I can read this. Critical paragraphs and security regulations for operations of the mines of Tiger's Maw highlighted by a miner. 43. The minimum unit of action is a group of 2 people, and a decibel meter must be carried in operations. 44. When hearing cries for help and calls, you should work with your colleagues to confirm the direction of the sound and observe whether there is a change in readings of the decibel meter before deciding on the following action to take. If there is a change, read Article 45. If there isn't, jump to Article 78 and 79 of the emergency section. Okay, so if there's a change in readings of the decibels, I'm guessing that's probably a tacit discord. So if there is a change, you go to Article 45, which is if an apparent change in readings is observed of the decibel meter, reports to the control station with your terminal. After the report is approved, attempt your rescue. But I'm not sure, like, why the difference would matter. When hearing cries and help and calls, you should work with your colleagues to confirm the direction of the sound and observe whether there is a change in readings of the decibel meter. Decibel meter counts sound. I mean, it doesn't record sound, it, like, measures sound, I think. Anyways, if the decibel meter shows no changes in the readings, immediately switch the terminal to emergency navigation mode, effective when the terminal light will turn red and blink 3 times. Stop any operation and evacuate the site in an orderly manner according to instructions. Do not untie the safety rope connecting you to your colleagues. An emergency team will guide you to the mine's medical department on the south side of the refinery tower. The medical department will provide the necessary examination for you. But that's weird, because like 78 and 79 sounds more like what they would do if there was a test at Discord, whereas 45 doesn't. But like, why would a change in decibel reading matter? Oh well, I'll keep that in mind, especially the mention of the 2 people. Because, like, if that guy went in the mine alone, then he was clearly not following regulations. Okay, let's see if I can find anything else. Oh, over here. A pop magazine with 5 screaming young girls on the cover. Caption goes, "Let's get lost together." Midlife crisis the man was going through. Okay, so I'm missing one more clue. There was a journal with cutouts, and now a pop magazine. The hell do all of those have in common? And then a scrunched paper that reads, "The mine is getting so cold even though it's summer. Miss you, Mum." I think those were all kind of pretty irrelevant, to be honest. Nope. The others have probably gone back to work, I guess. Hello there, buddy. Where could Uncle Hong be? Snow, you're back. Only you stayed? Running around without an aim only brings more trouble to the mine. Though the refinery tower is offline, most of our production is still running as usual. To keep the rest of the mine's operations running, Laylee, Modi, and the others had to return to their posts. However, the refinery tower's issue must be addressed. Did you find anything around the transport lorries? A journal. A cover made of newspaper. I think I've seen this somewhere. If I'm not wrong, this is Uncle Hong's journal. He always has it with him. This helps me make sense of things. As he gets older, Uncle Hong's memory has started to slip. He started to forget things. It's like a rubber that keeps erasing his past. He once asked me if I knew how to slow down his memory loss, so I told him 2 simple tricks to try. One was using keywords, and the other was keeping a journal. The keywords help him get the general idea, while the journal keeps him on track, step by step. Can there be clues about Uncle Hong in the journal? Can there be clues about the refinery tower in the journal? Lost items are important traces of their original owners. Maybe the first one. Possible. If Uncle Hong follows my advice, he may be recording the important pieces of his days. If that's the case, something must be here that can help us fix the refinery tower. Let's read it. Why you and you read the journal. Back at Jinzhou today with the transport truck, everyone I met said I grew old and mean, so I looked in the mirror and found that few of my leaves are there. Heavy rain. Oh, sorry. Heavy rain today. Everyone got off work early. I don't know when this started, but I grew more and more scared of the dark. Nights are getting long and dull. You can tell from the journal that Uncle Honk's condition seems to be getting worse. Is that how the world feels to an old man? Maybe. You can sense that your functions are in recession, and that you are getting older. Let's keep on reading. The issue detection and reboot of the refinery tower. Found it. Right. The picture and the text are both consistent with the real refinery tower. If we follow the instructions in the journal, we might be able to fix the issue, but our manpower is stretched thin. Yeah, I mean, you have Rover here. You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna do everything. I'll handle it. Really? We're short on people right now, so it'd be a huge help if you're willing to lend a hand, though I know you're still getting familiar with the mine. So I've got someone to help you out. He'll be waiting for you by the elevator. In the meantime, I'll try my best to find Uncle Hong. Thank you again for helping us fix the refinery tower. Hell yeah. Alrighty, I'm still okay. I'm gonna pick this up. Now it's off to find the person. Da-da-dum. Why, hello there, young child. What's she? Hey, are you Snow? My brother told me everything about you. Huh? Didn't expect you to be so young. Huh? Don't look down on me. I know this mine better than anyone. Before we go, let's talk about my compensation, lady. Greedy little boy, I'll tell your brother. Please, let me finish. I don't want money. Can you tell stories? All the grown-ups in the mine are great storytellers. I like them. And they say there are more stories that are more interesting from afar. I'm collecting stories now, so you should pay me with a story. I don't have one yet. Then pay me later. One day I'll leave here and travel to the farthest town. I hope I'll be able to tell a decent story to everyone when I'm back. That always teaches me and brother to say things out loud. If you have an interesting story, you must tell it to me. Let's go. Slightly janky, but okay. Ooh. Press elevator. What's the point of an elevator when we can just jump down? The kid can jump down too, you know. I mean, if we could, like, fly around and then, like, land at breakneck speed on our necks and be fine, I think we should be fine just jumping off. Like, oh, we can't jump. Man. Fall damage can kill you, but if you, like, fall from the sky at 1,000,000 miles... Wait, hold on. The graph here says the reboot of the refinery tower. Goddammit. Stop, English, please. Whatever. Something about the power supply, right? I know who to turn to. Follow me. Ugh. Okay. Like, hold on. Let me do this. Oh, God.
Speedier this way.
Fine, whatever. I'll do it later. Da-da-dum. Why? Let's go speak with Laylee. These lazy new guys. I told them to hand in the work. Wait, hold on. I told them to hand in the work log before their shifts ended. In one ear and out the other. Now who's going to clean up the mess if there's an accident? A familiar voice. Oh, Snow. What brings you here? And why she? Did Dr. Huayu send you as peacemakers? Did he find out about my fight with Modi? What are you talking about, Uncle Laylee? My brother asked me to work with Snow to reboot the refinery tower. Refinery tower reboot? So you found Uncle Hong? You tell Laylee about the journal and Uncle Hong's memories. So that's what's going on. Uncle Hong is always so sharp on top of things. It's hard to imagine him being anything less. I work alongside him all the time, and I never noticed. All right, what do you need help with? About the power supply of the mine. Yes, rebooting the refinery tower requires sufficient power. Uncle Laylee, you know the best. You know the best about the power equipment. What's your advice? Well, it's not as hard as you might imagine. We have a double-circuit power system at the bottom of the mine. Either one can sustain its normal functioning. However, the two circuits can't run in parallel. If we force them, it could cause the breakers around the mine to trip. What we can do is bring in extra external power and shut down some internal systems to focus the energy on the refinery tower. Alright, I'll handle shutting down the systems, and backup mobile power sources are there at the... Wait, hold on. Alright, I'll handle shutting down the systems. Period. The backup mobile power sources are there at the base. You'll need to install them at the refinery tower. I'll let you know when everything's ready, okay? Can you tell me about that fight you mentioned? It's nothing big. Modi and I argue all the time. I'm used to it. I just can't stand his attitude. Everything he does, it's all some fantasy in his head. He's always going on about he's always going around the mine, bragging about his grand philosophy of coexisting with tacit discords. He says it's a key evolutionary skill to coexist with new life forms, that we should consider developing alongside tacit discords. He can think about it all he wants, but just thinking won't get us anywhere. Honestly, he's just a dreamer, locked up in his ivory tower, completely out of touch with reality. Every time I say something, he gets all worked up. Forget it. Just talking about it is making my blood boil. Let's focus on the refinery tower. Lots of people seem to think they could coexist with tacit discords. Methinks they may have a point. Let's do this puzzle. Yoink. There's another one over here. Can I reach it from here? I cannot. Oh. Was that it? Oh, Snow, is the additional power set up? Yes, already and set. What about your part? Just one more step. The shutdown switches come in pairs, so I need you to turn off the other one at the same time. Is it inside? Yes, it's over here. Are you there? Okay, then let's do this. Remember, we need to sync up our timing. I'll count 3. You'll count 2, then we'll count 1 together. Ready? I'll start counting. 3, 2, 1. Some peripheral facilities have been shut down, and the power supply to the refinery tower has been... Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Wait, hold on, can I... no, it's not there. It's working. The devices are being shut down. The power supply for the refinery tower should be sufficient now. Thanks for your help. If everything's good here, I'll get back to my duties. Got a whole lot of things to do. Please carry on with the good work with the refinery tower. You bet I will. Okay, so it hasn't been too long. I still have to keep in mind the other episode, like other recording. The other recording I'm gonna have to stitch at the beginning of this. It wasn't too long. It was barely like 5 minutes, I think, so shouldn't matter too much. So it is... What are you reading? What? Are you reading earlier journal entries? You shouldn't read someone's journal without permission. I mean, we did that, so... I'm not snooping. I just thought of a really smart way to find Grandpa Hong. I read a story once about a detective who didn't talk much, and his friend, a doctor, helped him solve all sorts of mysteries. Oh yeah, Sherlock Holmes. The detective would sometimes look at the bad guy's past to find clues. After all, a person's past usually tells you why they do things now. That's why I think, though focusing on today's entries is definitely the right direction, earlier entries are still important resources. Makes a lot of sense. Now you know. Most of his entries are pretty short. He just sums up his day and how he felt in a few sentences. But I did find some longer, more detailed entries. I think they're important, like this one. Ooh, that's a bit long. Give me a second, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Alrighty, Uncle Hong's Diary 1. The room was filled with clocks. I listened to the hands slowly ticking in the darkness. I opened my eyes, but there was nothing here, only the primitive darkness. I quickly got up and picked up a pen to record everything. The dream. Yes, it was a dream. This time, I finally caught it and recorded it clearly. I do not possess the talent of a bard, nor do I have the fascinating legends of a traveler. Traveler. I am simply an ordinary storyteller, combining the dream that troubles me with words. It all begins from the long winter season. The old captain at the harbor always had the same opening lines about setting sail, as a way to welcome the newly recruited young sailors. The ocean is always unknown to humanity, although humans have grasped the helm of progress time and time again with wisdom and bravery. The ocean will never bow down to humanity. Countless disasters have befallen those ambitious individuals who venture into the ocean, and this tragedy continues to unfold. The old captain uttered each word with a dull tone, but it didn't matter. The sailors, excited for the upcoming voyage, simply applauded and cheered, without paying much attention to the words. Sorry about that. Woo! I think I swallowed my spit wrong. Okay. The ship slowly left the shore, and the young sailors felt nauseous from the rough voyage, with constant vomiting slowly draining their enthusiasm. The huge creature leaped out of the ocean, causing the young sailors to hide in the cabin, while the captain and the old sailor stood calmly on the deck. I will forgive your timidity this time, as it is your first encounter with it. Please remember its appearance. We call it the ancient whale. It is the disaster caused by the ocean, mysterious and immensely powerful. It is the embodiment of demons of nature. Of course, when dealing with such unknown creatures, humans will not succumb. This is the first lesson of your voyage. Intermittent gunfire broke out on the sea surface, and more sailors joined the one-sided attack. Continuously pulling the trigger made them gradually get their fear. And also the reason why they were attacking the giant creature in front of them. I think it was supposed to be forget their fear, which had not harmed them. Under the smoke, the ship slowly moved forward along the blood-red trail. Okay, let me try to process this. So everything about the sailors is a dream. Right, so it all begins from the long winter season. Okay, so the captain is at the harbor, and he's trying to warn the new recruits, the new sailors, about the danger of the sea. But they're not paying attention, and they're just excited to go out. Afterwards, the sailor, the captain, was it the captain? Yeah, the old captain is telling them that he'll forgive their timidity because it's their first encounter with it. Seemingly implying, and like the thing that they're shooting at doesn't actually harm them or attack them, but he's calling it an ancient whale. It is the embodiment of demons of nature. Okay, I have to remember that this is all a dream, so it's probably like, extremely symbolic and I don't understand it, so let's just end it there. What's your take? Does the story feel weird? Feels like an incomplete story. True. It's like the story doesn't really go anywhere, and the rest of the page is just blank. Well, I mean, dreams don't really make sense most of the time. Either way, this story feels like it's only half done. Only Uncle Hong knows. You know, it starts by saying it's a dream being recorded. Could that be why it feels this way? Only Uncle Hong knows. Right, let's move on to the next step of the instructions. I do wonder, I mean, that dream is definitely going to be relevant. Is Uncle Hong supposed to be the old captain in this situation? Because, like, he's an old man, right? So he'd be the old man trying to warn newer recruits about the dangers of the mine in this case, right? And probably the Lampulumel creature thingy could be like the whale from the dream. Maybe. The graph indicates that we have to reconfigure the refinery tower with the console. Let's find someone to talk to first. Sure thing. Hold on a second. Wait, no! Whoopsies! Wait, no!
Universe in my psyche.
Okay, let's just pretend like I'm not continuously fucking this up. Okay, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to zoom out the camera. Dizzy researcher. Hello. Hydrogen plus oxygen create equals hydrogen oxide. And which breaker did I put the product in again? Gotta run the reaction over. What is she mumbling about to herself? She seems to have fallen asleep standing. Ah, that's amazing. Then we should leave her be. Let's go quietly. Huh? Why am I here? Wasn't I running an experiment just now? How did I fall asleep while standing? So, she's awake now. Huh. So adults act just as silly when they wake up too. Big Brother really tricked me. A young lady in black and a kid? Am I still in a dream? You can pinch someone to check. You're waiting for a train. A train that will take you far away. Hey, who put this in my mouth? What train? Oh, I remember. Because the refinery tower is offline, the experiment has to stop. So I've come here to refresh myself. But I guess I fell asleep. Must have been too exhausted from conducting experiments all night. So this isn't a dream, huh? Then you guys are... Huashi and you tell the drowsy researcher what happened. I didn't expect so many things to go wrong while I was stuck in the lab. Oh, and if you need a console, there's one just outside the academy. Well, I've rested enough. Time to go back to work. Time for me to get back to work. Good luck. Okay. This is progressing nicely. I wonder what this is. Activate console. Can I speak with him first? No, I can't. Okay. Simple enough puzzles. Actually, hold on. I say that. Right, no, okay. I was right. Simple enough. Initializing system. Big sister, is this what we should do? System initialized. Verification required. Verification is required. Let's see if the journal has any hints. Uncle Hong's diary 2. I sat in the corner of the square table, and piles of research materials were pushed in front of me by him. Who is him? He was clearly talking incessantly, with his mouth wide open, but all I heard were fragmented words and phrases. The mind, survival, balance. These words appeared one by one from beneath my pen without any connection. Yes, we were arguing. After pushing the material aside, I forcefully hammered the table, releasing all the pent-up anger accumulated over the days. The entry is mostly about an argument with a researcher, no information about a passcode. If nothing else works, maybe we'll just have to try guessing. You better hold off on that. If you fail the verification too many times, the console will lock and the system will shut down automatically. If that happens, you'll only waste more time in the rebooting. I wonder who this mysterious voice is. A voice becomes even closer to you. It finally moves. I couldn't read all that. Maudie, oh, hi you. Just follow the steps to unlock the console and everything should go smoothly. Good to see you again, Snow. I heard from a coworker about what you're up to, and I thought you might find difficulties in passing the verification, so I came. Looks like I'm right on time. Right on time. You are sure that researcher who was fighting with Grandpa Hong in the journal? A fight? The journal? May I see the journal myself? Maudie takes the journal and starts reading. This feels like what happened between me and Laylee, but that researcher isn't me. Uncle Hong is like a mentor to me, so I would never have an argument like that with him. In fact, I have always respected him because he taught me an important lesson. In science, it's not just about cold, hard numbers. There's also room for imagination. Like when we come across infinity in our research. To some scholars, that infinity symbol might look like like radio waves moving through space. It was even shown in a Jinjo sci-fi play not long ago, symbolizing a twist in the dimensions of life. What play? It's just an example that just crossed my mind. You can have a look yourself at the Jinjo Theater if you're interested. The play was about a catastrophe. Humanity had to send their home planet on a journey through space. It used the symbol to hint at the connection between digital life and reality. A single symbol can be used in different ways to create colorful words. Might be a bit hard to grasp now, though. But so many truths come from these wild, imaginative ideas. Just thinking about it gets me all fired up. But lately, he just responds with, "That's all nonsense," and completely ignores anything that seems unlikely. The question about the coexistence with TDs? So you've heard about it, yes. Even if the probability is as small as 0.0001%, it still makes sense to me. Is this what you call a researcher's sensitivity to digits? Is this what you call a researcher's obstinacy? You do know a lot, Snow. Now let's get on with the issue with the refinery tower. The console's verification is done by line drawing. When you start the verification process, random images will be generated on a grid. You have to put your hand on the grid, and the system will draw a line to connect the coordinates you touch. Repeated coordinates will not be recorded. Only when the order and the direction of the line you draw is right, the verification is passed. Alright, let's have a try. Okay, it's just like a complicated way of saying... Never mind, reset. I realized a bit too late what I was doing. Okay, so this is... done. Then? Now you have mastered it. Now just put in the parameters as per the digits shown in the graph. So complicated. We would screw it up if Uncle Modi wasn't here to help. Just a small move. When the parameter reset is successful, the system will adjust the refinery tower and it'll reboot automatically. Now the reboot can take some time. All we need is wait. All we need to do is wait. Thank you for your effort. We don't have any information about Grandpa Hong's whereabouts, though. Why don't we read more of the journal now? I didn't find a pattern in the previous entries, though the events are various. They all happen at a few limited places. For example, Grandpa Hong often visits my brother's clinic. Went to the clinic today and had a routine examination as per Dr. Huayu's instructions. Went to the clinic today. The medication is getting so bitter. Luckily, Dr. Huayu didn't find out I hid candy in my palm. Also, Grandpa Hong's always telling the lorry drivers in the transport area to pick up the supplies as the mine needs. Their conversations are also kept here. It's like the routes are already set, and Hong just keeps walking them over and over. So, if his memory's off, would he still end up at these places in the journal just out of habit? Possible indeed. But these spots are spread all over the site. Finding him would take a lot of manpower we don't have. Give me a map of the mine. Have you come up with something, Snow? I have one at the Mines Institute. Just a few moments. Meet me at the gate in a while. Oof. A few moments later. You're here, Snow. This is the map you asked for. Mark the places in the journal on the map. You quickly mark the places mentioned in the journal on the map. For an old man, he sure gets around. But looks like it's mostly just 3 different areas. Draw a circle around each of these regions as the center. Yes, a triangulation approach. By drawing 3 circles with the regions as centers, the overlapping area is where Hong is most likely to be. That really narrows things down. Great idea! Just a little tidbit from the rover. No idea what you two are talking about, but you sure sound smart. You're pretty cool, Snow. The overlapping area is a small corner in the upper living quarter. Let's go take a look. Oh, by the way, you can hand me the samples now, Snow. When the reboot is finished, we will start the procedures. However, it can't be done today, as the reboot can take some time. Okay. Well, how long have I been recording for? Around 34 minutes. If I stitch the other recording to this one, it'll probably go up to around 40. So I think this is a good place to call it quits. Doodles!